And welcome back to the show. The Nurse Next Door, they believe that aging should be celebrated, not feared. I'm not sure about the celebration part, but I'm not going to free. I want to welcome Chris Farmer from the Nurse Next Door to the program. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yes.
So, Chris, tell us in general about Nurse Next Door for folks who don't know. It's your first time here.
Yeah, so we, as I said, we believe that age should be celebrated, not feared, right? Some people do lose their ability to do things that they used to love to do, right? But, maybe they can't do it anymore. They can't, it's hard for them to get around. They don't have the ride. They don't have the people to take care of them, right? So we believe in happier aging. We ask one simple question. What did you used to do that you no longer can do that you love to do, right? Maybe as simple as baking cookies, right? Or gardening, right? Maybe you used to like to go have coffee with your friends or get breakfast or go to a movie or shopping, right? So we make those things simple. We try to incorporate those things into our care, right? We take you out and get you groceries. One of the things that we did recently was we took somebody to go down and sit at Laguna Beach. Spent the afternoon, had some lunch. I took somebody to go fishing off of the pier in San Clemente on a Wednesday. That was a super fun event, and it just makes everybody happy and enjoy their time.
Now, it's called Nurse Next Door, but that's maybe a little bit of a misnomer. These are caregivers. Sometimes it's people with some medical background and that kind of thing, right? But it depends on the client and what their needs are, right?
100%. Yeah, we're not licensed to do medical care, as nursing is in the name. We're working our way to get there. At some point we will be there, but we have caregivers who are vetted by the DOJ and the FBI. They're happy to do what they do, and that's kind of what we look for. We look for people who actually care about caring, right?
And since you mentioned, when you invite someone in your home, that's a very personal thing, and they're going to be there maybe on a regular basis, and maybe daily, and that kind of thing. So there is a background check that you want to do to make sure that the people that you're bringing into people's home are because it's like, hey, I don't want a stranger in my home, and it's a very vulnerable spot when that first starts, right?
They're very vulnerable. Imagine you're in the hospital, right? You're being moved around room to room throughout the hospital. Maybe you get released and you go into nursing care facility for rehabilitation for a little bit. You're unsure of what type of care will be provided for you when you finally get out. It's a very stressful time for everybody involved. So we're a local company. We can come in, we can get a caregiver assigned within 24 hours. They'll help with the whole process of being released from the hospital. They'll help figure out the care plan and what needs to be done, really ease the tension and the stress level that might be on the individual looking for care, but also the family.
Now, speaking of the family, is it the family that usually reaches out to you guys, or is it the people who are living in need, or is it a little bit of a mix of both?
It's really a mix of both. A lot of times it is a family. They're looking for care for their loved one, right? Because it is kind of hard to navigate who has the caregivers, who's in the area, who's going to be able to have the person and the right person who's going to come in at the right time, right? So we do speak to pretty much anyone within the family. We've got a family care portal for family members to log in to look at care plans and evaluate what's going on and look at task notes. When the caregivers come in, they have to essentially check off that they've created a task or completed a task and put the information in there. Right.
Is it a kind of a sense of relief and takes the burden off the family members, especially ones who are living out of state, that they know that there's I can check this, I can see this, things are going okay, that kind of gives them a sense of relief?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We're open 24/7. We've got a 24/7 care line. Our people are there to answer the phone for anything, right? Answer questions, schedule a visit, do a virtual consultation. If anything happens in the middle of the night, we're there. You can always give the line a call, and we can get a caregiver dispatched. If it's after hours, it's super easy for us to do. So it brings peace of mind, right? So somebody's always available for somebody in need at any time. Yeah.
What's the process like when you first start? You guys go into someone's home and kind of do an assessment on this. Here's what your needs are. They may be saying one thing, but maybe you recognize something else when you're in there.
Yes. So I was going and we're evaluating the needs, right? So I'm evaluating the people as much as they're evaluating me, right? So what's the condition of the house? Do they have any pets? If so, what kind of pet is it? Is it a dangerous looking animal? I have to alert my caregivers to that, make sure that they're comfortable with the situation as well as the person being comfortable with us and who we're bringing in, right? So we're evaluating the type of care that needs to be done, the environment, the foods that the person might be interested in having around in their home. Do they smoke? Anything that might impact their care, but also impact the caregiver coming in as well.
Do you get the sense that people, I mean, they want to stay in their homes, right? I don't want to get shipped off to a nursing home or that kind of sense of that, right? So is it important? Do people like do better in their homes with a caregiver there?
Yeah, well, your home is obviously the safest place to be. It's the most comfortable place for you to be, right? And we want to keep you in that situation for as long as you possibly can be there, right? And the home is wherever that might be. It could be your own personal residence. It could be in a care facility. We can bring our caregivers wherever that might be, right? So we want to keep you there, right? And we always do what's called a happier first visit as well. So we like to ensure that people are comfortable with us and what we're doing, and you're like a family when you come with us, family member.
And what are the levels of service that you guys can do in terms of like someone who maybe needs a little bit of help here and there to like almost like 24/7 care?
Yeah, well, that obviously depends, right? So it depends upon the situation. So we work with people of all ages, people with developmental disabilities, as well as people who are senior care, obviously. So we develop a care plan around what that entails, right? Because care for someone who's senior is different than somebody with disabilities, but still relatively the same. I mean, someone who's a senior, we're helping them do the things that they can no longer do, whereas someone with developmental disabilities, we're helping them with the things that they can't do, but also try to teach them at the same time so that when no one is around, they can do those things on their own, right? So we're always trying to build that, and we're always trying to get the right person in there, right? Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You, Chris Farmer, how did you get into this? I mean, this isn't something that you just kind of jump into. Hey, this seems like a great business. Was there something in your life, an event, or did you say, hey, this is a service I want to be able to provide?
Well, I always knew it was a service that I wanted to go into. I've had issues with my parents. My wife has had issues with her parents. Early on in my career, I was actually doing an in-home medical device, a medication dispenser that helps people stay on track so that they don't have to go to the hospital. We started selling that into hospitals, clinical trials, health plans, started selling into assisted living facilities. And that's when I really saw that there really was a true need to care for people in their home. It's really easy for people to get injured or to not take their medications properly, and then they have to go to the hospital, and it creates a whole chain reaction of events, right? So I knew that there was a route for us to go in and really care for people and prevent that hospitalization. No one wants to go to the hospital. It's not a fun place to be. I mean, people are nice, right? But you have people coming in all the time and keeping you awake. So everybody just wants to stay home. Yeah.
And do you think, I mean, I would imagine this is an easy answer for you. Do you think that this kind of service keeps people from having to go to the hospital and keeps people on track? And if they're being monitored, you know things are coming up, especially if, hey, I'm seeing a medical condition, and your folks can maybe recognize, hey, maybe we need an adjustment, maybe we need to do some things here.
Right, yeah, we just recently saw somebody who wasn't taking their meds in the evening time. When we got there in the morning and they were lightheaded and dizzy, and we realized, we took a look at their pill pack, and geez, last 2 nights you haven't taken these PM pills. So we ensured that we were within that whole day, and then we actually built in an additional visit that evening. We call it a 1-hour premium visit, where we come in and just do a health welfare check.
Right.
Ensured that she took her meds at night, and we got her going back on schedule again, as well as setting up reminders within her phone. So
yeah, so it can really serve as kind of prevention.
Absolutely,
sense,
100%
right?
prevention. We want to keep you in home for as long as possible. Yeah.
How long have you been doing this? When did this all start?
So we have been in business for about 1.5 years now, right? So we've been doing this here locally. We actually started up in Northern California about 7 years ago with a partner up there. Nurse Next Door is a large brand. It's been around for over 20 years now. They started in Vancouver, Canada, but they're in the US, the UK, Australia. They're really building a big thing right now, and I think it really is because of their care service team and the care portal that we have and the people that we hire.
What do you love most about doing what you do?
Just the people that I get to meet. It really is fun to meet the people and to help them, right? You really feel for them when they're going through certain situations, especially if they have a loved one who might be in the hospital, and it just feels good to actually help and provide a difference, right? So that's where we're at here. We like that.
Well, thank you very much, Chris Farmer, Nurse Next Door. We appreciate you being here today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.